What is up, Midway Mayhem fans? This is Dan, and again we are checking in from the Universal Orlando Resort for another Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift roller coaster construction update. Hopefully there's been a lot of progress since last night. Let's go. Yet another beautiful morning. It's not too hot out just yet, thankfully, but it's gonna roast later. We're at the split point. We're now heading over to Fast and Furious. And I can already see the crane in the air. Looks like they have done pretty much, yep, they've done the other half of the overbank. Down the alleyway, I'm not really seeing anything new, but we know crews have been working on the LSMs on the first launch, so maybe that's what they were doing last night. I do see LSMs now on this launch area over by the speed bump. Good morning, Hard Rock. And good morning, Overbank. So close to being done. Just need 2 more pieces of the track, it looks like. Alright, so we have a ton of LSMs now on that launch track over here by the speed bump. And we are moving the crane. Got to get it into a good position so they can get the last 2 pieces in. I would say this operator is pretty skilled. He's literally driving in between the supports, and that's a pretty big crane. Let's take a look at what we got going on from the top deck of Hard Rock. Track that was added from our previous update right here. And the new track from right there down to about right there. And they've installed some LSMs on the launch area. It's looking really good. And I'm expecting they're going to top off the overbank probably tonight. Now, even though the track is in place, they have it where they have a little more work to do because that's not lining up 100%. Alright, so see that column right there with the track? No bolts are in it. Eventually they'll use the drift pin and the come-alongs to pull the column or track over and then get the bolts in. That one is not attached. It actually appears a couple of them are not attached. We have that one right there, and just down the way at the next column, same thing right there. That piece has it though. That's connected. Alright, well that's pretty much going to do it for everything over here at Hard Rock. I'm not going to be going over to Islands today. I don't think there's enough happening over at Lost Continent, so we're just going to head over into Studios now. Got the 170-foot twisting spike over there. And we're taking a different route to get into Studios today. Ticket windows, no wait. Guest services has no wait. And both sides of the turnstiles are open. So we'll be right in. Yep, like usual, no wait to get through. We're on our way, and not even going to bother with the weather forecast because it's Florida in the summer. You already know the deal. So you remember that monster on top of the Universal Studios store? Well, he's still kind of there, just deflated. Looks like it has a hole in it. The Minion's still there though. It's Pigeon Hangout. And look, there's a shiny one. Shiny Pigeon. Over here by Rocket area. Nothing yet. I can see the first launch over here has a lot more LSMs on it than yesterday. So that's what they were working on over here, it looks like. Next to the stage with all the lighting trusses, we now have some stringers for lights that are going to go around. And we can see the bases have also been decorated for the 4th of July. I do think these are going to be repurposed for Halloween Horror Nights, but it's set up for the 4th. There is the first launch with a ton of LSMs on it now. So yeah, that's going to do it for this area. Let's head over to the station, see if anything's new. Just recently, in the last couple days, they've repainted the lines here where they were doing utility work. And now we're at the station area. All right, so I can already tell there's something a little bit different. This work wall has been pushed out ever so slightly, about maybe 6 feet or so. And that's pretty much going to do it for everything over here. We have guys working on the transfer area, as well as what looks to be some of that railing for a possible facade. And main entrance, we're thinking is either going to be right here or right here on the corner. But somewhere right there, that's where you'll go into the ride area. There is a split in between the columns where there's a large enough path where people can go through also. Scaffolding and scrims are up, and work walls over at Finnegan's. And they're continuing on with the renovation. And that's pretty much going to do it for us here over at Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. It's time to head out of the park. Go edit this video. Look who it is. It's my man, Hashtag. Yeah! Good to see you, Hashtag.
Sorry.
Not getting my hopes up, but there is one other thing to note. We have a lift right over here by the spike. I mean, that's really close proximity, so if they were going to do it, that would be the one we need right there. Not going to hold my breath. We'll see. Looks like work on Category 10 is just about to start. We have a vehicle on site about to do some excavating. Exciting stuff. Well guys, that's going to do it for another update here from the Universal Orlando Resort for Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. Exciting stuff as they are nearly complete with that big overbank. Just got 2 more pieces of track there, 2 more for the S-bend, and then of course we have the 2 pieces for the twisting spike. So about 6 pieces total, and then the crane will no longer be needed pretty much on this side and start heading towards the alleyway. Station area is looking good. They're still enclosing it. A lot of work going on in there. And hopefully we'll have that enclosed in the next 2 weeks or so. We're going to have plenty more updates from here. So if you like what we do, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and the website formerly known as Twitter at Midway Mayhem. And I will see you out on the Midway.